What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new and fresh episode of Transcending the Culture. I am one half of the dynamic duo. It's your boy, James. I am here with the queen of all the queens, Cat Queen. What's good, Cat?
Meow.
There we go. There we go. Okay. You got it going today. Listen, we are glad that you guys are here today. This is exactly how I like to see it. As soon as we go live, we got people that
Mhm,
are jumping in and jumping on already. I think it's dope. We are glad that you guys are here and you are going to thoroughly enjoy today's show. We have an
mhm,
amazing guest here on the show, Mr. Smoke Jones. We're going to be getting to him actually pretty quickly. Um, Definitely a good conversation in store. We have been planning this really for about a week now, but both Kat and I are super excited, as you
mhm,
guys should be as well, because he is the real deal, and we say that
mhm,
about a lot of people. But then, of course, you guys know how meticulous we are about who we bring on. So everybody we bring on is the real deal.
mhm.
So you're gonna get a really good show tonight. We're not gonna do a big segment of Cat Got Your Tongue, but we are gonna talk a little bit about maybe one or two things. One of those things
Mhm.
being Mary J. Um, I know you guys have been watching the news. I know y'all know that she's on her, Vegas residency now, and she is catching a lot of heat and a lot of backlash over the energy or the lack thereof. So I'm interested in knowing if any of you guys have actually watched pieces of the tour because you know that now everybody's concerts and shows are on YouTube, so they are readily
Mhm.
available. And I'm not even going front. I had some thoughts when I first saw it. I definitely had some thoughts. So when I started hearing the backlash coming, it was like, okay, I saw that coming. But I would love to get you guys' opinion. We are going to talk a little bit about that after we have Mr. Smoke Jones on. And yeah, so we're going to get right to it. What you got going on, Kat? Anything new?
Nothing new in no new in these streets over here with me. Just wrapping up graduation for the girl.
Yeah,
You
next
girls,
week.
next week, y'all little cousin is graduating. So
Listen,
shout out to her and all the graduates of 2026. I can't even believe
absolutely.
it.
I am
I
excited.
cannot even believe it. Oh, look who we got in
Miss
the
Sabrina, Miss
building.
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
I was just on your live the other day too. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.
And make sure
Um
you guys check her out as well. Wonderful
absolutely,
show, great show
absolutely,
as well,
absolutely.
worldwide, baby. But
Yeah.
yeah, so just so just that, and then I will be doing more performances at the Grog Shop for Make Them Laugh Monday. So just be looking out
Absolutely.
on my page for opportunities for that, and then next month I will be hosting Wine and R&B, so I'll be posting about that so you guys can party with Kat for the summer.
Listen, I think that is mad dope. And hey, look, I'm catching a little bit of your wind, your creativity and all the stuff that you have been doing out here. I'm starting to get into some more things now. We have a new publicist on board. I will definitely talk to you some more about that at the end of the show. So we do have a new publicist on board
The more the
for
merrier.
J Rock, which is going to be really dope for us and for all of the bring-ins. Still with Lynn, but Lynn is actually going to be managing me now. So I'm kind of starting to step a little bit more into the creative side. I'm going to do some acting classes. And of course, I got the King's Lair and a whole lot of stuff.
Mhm.
So I'll be doing some photo shoots and whatnot wrapped around that stuff. But we kind of sat and talked and started to make the switch last week. So she's going to focus more on the management part of actually managing me. And then we got a new publicist on board. So I think that's gonna go very well. We got some press releases that are going to be going out really soon. A lot happening with Transcending the Culture. Summer season is coming, so it's a lot of really good guests, really big guests who are, we're going to be working to get here on the show. So I think that's really dope. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Uh,
Congratulations, James.
Listen,
I dabble in the acting. We gonna have to run some lines to be or
right,
not to
right,
be.
right,
That is
right.
the question.
Listen,
So
I'm gonna be
yeah.
ready for you. I'm gonna be
I
ready
know, and
for you. And
especially since your girl is making the move to
yeah,
Cleveland, y'all.
yeah,
It's finally happening. So listen,
that's
I
gonna be
love that
so.
for you, cuz I cannot wait. I love bringing you out of your shell, and you have so
Yeah,
many talents that people are not aware of yet. So I'm just glad to be
yeah.
along for the ride. It's only up from here,
That's what I'm
cuz.
saying. It's only up. It's only up. Things are
Mhm.
going very good. We both have been doing really good, and advancing things, and the company is looking really good. So I'm excited. Um, it's I think it's a good look for us.
Mhm.
Definitely. So, that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into our guest tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to welcome you guys to another powerful edition of Transcending the Culture right here on UG Digital Podcasting and Radio, the platform where conversation meets authenticity, artistry, and purpose. So tonight we are stepping into the world of true musicianship, soul, and timeless artistry with a man who is helping keep the spirit of live music alive. We're going to Detroit, y'all. Hailing from the legendary city of Detroit, our guest. Listen, I can't read my own writing. Okay, our guest plays jazz, soul, blues, and funk into a sound that feels classic and it is refreshingly new. From
Mhm.
commanding stages with electrifying live performances to crafting music rooted in emotion, truth, and storytelling, he presents the kind of artistry that refuses to be rushed or manufactured. His voice, his guitar, and his passion all speak from a place of authenticity. And that authenticity is exactly why audiences continue connecting with his journey. So tonight we are talking legacy, we are talking live music, creativity, purpose, independence, and what it truly means to make the moves, the moves people beyond trends and moments, or the music that moves people beyond trends and moments. Please help us to welcome the incredibly talented Smoke Jones to Transcending the Culture.
Yay.
All right, what we got going on here, Kat?
There we go.
There we go. Listen, man,
How y'all doing today?
man, I'm doing really good, man. Or we are doing very, very good. How's your day been
Mhm.
going?
Man, my day is good, man. I appreciate that intro, man. I was like, who? I'm looking around like, okay, that's me. That's me.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
I I'm not gonna say I rushed myself, but I definitely worked on it a good part of today, and I'm like, okay, I got to pull this together, and
It
then
was
it's like
good.
every week, if you watch the episodes, every week I start stumbling on my words, so it's like, but I appreciate you, man. There's so much that you do for I think just the culture as a whole, but
Thank you.
obviously the music industry. I think that as I have matured and obviously grown older and whatnot, I have such a greater appreciation, especially for live music. I like going to a live show and hearing like an acoustic, type of a feel and that type.
Mhm.
Like I just love that type of thing. So like I'll go out and see the Raheem Devons all the time, and artists like him because that's the type of thing that you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I think what you do is amazing. And it to me, it's a lot of, when people say that things are missing from music, I think a lot of that has been missing from, R&B, just from soul, from jazz. Because, even when you listen to a lot of jazz now, or on the jazz stations, it just kind of sounds plain and mundane, and it's not
Mhm.
it's not what it used to be. So I
Yeah.
think you are doing some things to really keep the spirit alive, to keep the genre alive, and we appreciate you. We appreciate being able to have you on and introduce you to our audience.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of that. I try my best. And I'm having a great time on my journey. And again, first of all, I just like to say thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
I've watched your show. I love what you do and the depth that you go into when you have these conversations. So I
That
appreciate
feels,
you, man. Thank you.
that feels
Thank
good. And
you.
Yeah,
I mean, first and foremost, the fact that she told me you reached out, I'm like, oh
yeah,
snap. I'm like, okay, well,
Mhm.
first of all, I'm glad he reached out to you because I need people to see that we are both on the same playing field. They could reach out to me or they could reach out to you.
yeah.
And I think in past years when I've had other people would only reach out to me. So the,
Hmm.
the first thing I was excited about was that you even reached out to her. And
Yes.
then from there, it was like, okay, he reached out. I said, this is God. Like, this is definitely God making this happen. Because as I told you, I had been talking to Ron
Mhm.
probably since September, October. And then I kind of
Okay.
had some life moments going on. And I think a lot of it just kind of went kind of under the radar and whatnot. But when she
Yeah.
said it, I'm like, oh, Ron's going to be happy because he's been telling me for months now that we need to get him on.
Yeah, Ron is that guy, man. I appreciate all of that. Ron is
Yes,
that
yes,
guy.
he is.
Look, Ron is the type of guy that will encourage you. He will
Mhm.
inspire you, but Ron puts it to work.
Yeah,
Ron will work for you and with you, and I love him for
Mhm.
that. There are not a
absolutely.
lot of people that will put themselves in that type of position where
It's not.
they're using their name to introduce you to people that you never would meet
Yeah,
before. So
but then he
you know,
does it. Like, I think the more exciting thing with him too is that he does it for artists that he's not even working for. Like,
yes,
and
Yes, yes.
he'll
yes,
constantly tell me, "Hey, I got somebody for you. Now, this isn't my artist or whatever, but they would
yes.
be
Mhm.
great for your platform." And I think that's
Hmm.
amazing because having done this now for 25 years, because I started back in 2001, there ain't very many people who do that at all.
There are not there are not very many people, and shout out to Sabrina Taylor.
Yeah, because
Another.
you were recently on her platform. I thought I saw you on
It was last year, I believe we had a
there. Okay.
show, and then I like to drop in, and she talks to everyone. I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
really great interviews,
Oh yeah.
similar to yourself. So I just want to give a shout out to my friend Sabrina.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
I'll
the
let you go
com-
ahead
the
and jump in.
comments are the comments are really going crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, people are rolling in. They say Smoke needs a Grammy.
Oh, hey, look, I feel that. I feel that. That's a friend of mine, Heath Fedorchik.
Okay.
He's one of the first people who ever heard me sing and play the guitar, and in the garage, just playing and singing and trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people that gave me encouragement, along with our little group of friends, and said, "Yo, man, you need to be doing this." And at the time, I didn't really know if I should be. I just knew I had a love for singing, and they encouraged me. So we even had the first song I wrote was with him. So
Like, when did you
Aw.
actually, like, when was that moment that you realized, or that people really began telling you that, okay, you should really be doing this?
so I've been singing professionally for not even 10 years now. It's
Okay.
been maybe 8 years. And so one day I walk into a bar, and little did I know, a friend of mine was running an open mic. And so
Mm.
I walk in, and she's like, she didn't know that I like to sing, just not in front of folks. She
Yeah.
goes, what are you gonna sing tonight? I'm like, I don't sing. She's like, nah, man, what are you gonna sing tonight? I'm like, I don't do that. So I don't know. It had to be maybe 3 or 4 Long Islands later. I got a microphone. I'm on
Yeah.
stage. I'm ready to get it.
Listen, I had found that those Long Islands will do it, man. Like,
What?
Mhm.
it's weird because I think I've always been shy and reserved.
Yeah,
So, like, if I go out, like, say, to a karaoke or something, I
yeah.
probably will not get up there and sing anything until I've had a couple Long Islands, and then I'm like, shit, let's get up there and sing.
Let's
Let's
get it.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, yeah.
So I get up there. I get up there with all this liquid courage, and I sing the only song I knew how to sing all the way through, which is "A Change Is Going to Come" by Sam Cooke.
Oh
And so
wow.
I finished singing this song. There was no one in the place that really knew how to play the song, and so someone learned how to play it just kind of on the spot, and
Wow.
he just kind of filled in, as I sang it, and it was almost an a cappella performance, but he was really adding some good things to it. So
Yeah.
I got done, and there were people in the audience that were crying, and I'm like, "Why are you crying?" Okay, thank you for hyping me up. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You didn't have to do all that. And so Tasha Owens is her name. She says, "Why don't you come back to another place and do that, maybe next week?" And so I go back the next week, James, and to a place called Pub Froggy in Detroit, a little small hole in the wall place. And
Okay.
I walk in there, and the Queen of Blues, Thornetta Davis, is there. And I'm like, you mean these folks that I knew who they were, but they didn't know who I was, right?
Yeah.
I walk in, and she goes, "You singing? Just sing your song, just sing it and have a good time with it." And I'm still nervous. I go to the stage, and the band does not know how to play the song. So I sing it a cappella, and it's about 100+ people in this place. And I never done this. So I sang it a cappella, and I got done, and there were people crying again. And I'm going to get to the end of this story in just 2 seconds.
Oh no, this is good, man.
So I get done singing, and I'm on my way off of the stage, and I look, literally, I'm shaking. I can barely walk. Right. So I go to the bar, and a gentleman walks up to me, and he goes, "Sam Cooke would have been proud of that performance had he heard it." I said, "Thank you, sir." And I'm trying to place who he is because I'm so nervous. And he goes, "That was one of the best renditions of that song that I've heard." I'm like, "Thank you, sir. I appreciate it." And he walked away. And uh, 15 minutes later, they said, "Welcoming to the stage, um, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, taught Jimi Hendrix how to play the guitar, and one of Sam Cooke's best friends when he was alive, Billy Davis." Of all the places in the world, one of Sam Cooke's best friends could
Wow.
have been, it was in that place that night. And when he got done singing, he came down and he said, "Bro, do you have a band?" And I said, "No, I never did." He said, "Get a band right now, and I need to see you performing as soon as possible." I had a band together in about a month, and people paid to come to my first show, and I've been hooked on it ever since. But that
Wow,
just, you got to do what you're led to do, what you're
that's
supposed to
God.
be doing. Whether
Like
you
that's
got friends in the beginning that tell you you need to be singing, to the person that always encourages you, to that chance you got to take,
yeah,
that's what got me here.
that's God. Like that was God all day working.
Yeah,
Like that's an amazing story. Um, and it really speaks passion. And doing what you love, and what God intended for you to be doing.
yes, indeed.
Now, I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
You want to jump in there, Kat?
So, for those, sorry, I was muted. So for our audience who are not aware of who you are, can you please just introduce yourself and what it is that you do?
Yeah, yeah. So again, my name is Smoke Jones. I'm a singer, songwriter, band leader. A guy from Detroit. I just want to play my music wherever I can play it. I want to, spread a message, a positive message. One that I'm not going to say is not typical of what you hear in music right now, but I want to hear more positivity and people singing and musicianship. Um, that's who I am.
So you have such a unique stage name, Smoke
Yeah,
Jones. Can you
yeah.
just explain where that came from?
Yeah, so I'll make it brief, but when I first kind of started singing and playing guitar to myself, I actually recorded it on a platform called SoundCloud. And this
Hmm.
was years before I ever stepped on stage. And so I wasn't aware that SoundCloud, anybody could hear your stuff if you didn't make it private. And
Hmm.
so I'm singing at the top of my lungs, I'm playing guitar, and one day I'm at work and I hear someone playing my music. And I'm like, what is this? And so I listen, it's my music, and a couple of people at the job had found my SoundCloud. And so there were a couple of people that was like, "Yeah, that ain't really all that. You will never sing, and your name is gonna be Smoke Jones because your career is gonna go up in smoke." I couldn't wait to get my ass on stage finally, and just really prove what I could do. But it was weird. I don't know if it was so much hateful as it was joking, but I took it
Hmm.
to heart because I'm petty like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
No, it's no, that's serious business, but it's just so funny that people laugh at first and then it's like they become fans, or
yeah.
or they become critics. It's like the person that's not doing the thing is always telling you how you should be doing it, or
Uh-huh.
yeah.
how it's not worth doing it, but it's like
Hmm.
you not doing anything, so who are you to tell me squat? It's just, it's so weird.
Yeah,
I was thinking, because of your soulful voice, I was thinking maybe it was,
yeah,
smoky, soulful.
yeah.
Like when I was listening to your music, I wanted a cigar and some Cavassier. Like, I want a little,
you
I'm like,
know,
oh, this
you
is
see.
nice. It's smooth.
Thank you.
Um, so that's how I would really describe your sound. Very soulful, sultry, smooth.
Yeah.
How would you describe your signature sound?
I think my sound is a little bit different from what you would typically hear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a self-taught musician, and I think everyone develops their own little style, the chords
Mm-hmm.
you like to play, the vibe you like to play. And I kind of find when people listen to my music, they say, "Hey, I mean, is this jazz? Is this R&B? Is this Southern soul? What is it?"
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't really even like the label so much, but I would say I consider myself more of a jazzy, soulful artist. Anything that falls in that realm, I'll accept it. But I strive to be different.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that artists like yourself are becoming more popular because people are craving that sound? People are craving an authentic sound as well as those really feelings behind it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think people are. So when I write because I'm inspired and not because I just sit down and I want to write a song about the clouds today. It's got to be something that really hits my soul. And so this last my last release, which was called More Time, was about spending more time with with family and
Hmm.
cherishing relationships. And when we play that song live, I mean, I see tears in people's eyes, and we deliver it with a passion that's not contrived. It's something that I'm actually feeling on stage, because that's something we can all relate to, is wanting to spend more time with people that we lost in contact with, or that we may have lost. So in the age right now of manufacturing music in bulk and AI, and just wanting just to crank out music just to have content, as opposed to really thinking about what your feelings are, and wanting to present it in song a certain way. The contrast is compelling to me. So I think people want to experience something that's going to touch their soul, instead of was it 20 songs on this album, and I can only bear two of them. you know
Yeah, artists like, Drake just dropped 3 albums. Chris Brown has always is known for 20 plus songs.
yeah.
And these sometimes, especially with the Chris Brown, they said his album went triple cardboard. They were saying it, they were saying that it wasn't nobody listening to it.
Yeah.
The cover seemed inauthentic, and it was just content for the sake of content. No one They said it sounded like one long song.
Mm.
And so
Hmm.
people are looking for that variety. Do you
Yeah.
think that you're one of those people that is providing that type of sound?
Yeah, I think so. I have a project in the works that just really has a lot of different vibes all in the same
Mm,
project. And I think it's all up to interpretation, because some people will probably listen to that entire Chris Brown project and just enjoy every song, because he knows what his audience wants to hear.
mhm,
And he's good at doing that. Um, I'm trying to develop myself and my artistry, and I think that's best served by me just putting a lot of thought into every track.
mhm,
And I'm not going to be concerned about releasing a triple album. I want to
mhm.
let go of a few really really good songs that that people love. And by the way, More Time just won best R&B single of the year at the Michigan Music Awards, and best video of the year, and I was happy to accept
Oh
that.
my God!
Yeah,
Congratulations! How did
thank
it
you.
feel accepting that award? How did that feel?
It felt great. It was the first award of the night, and so I felt like I set the tone. I mean, they called smoke, and I got
Mhm,
up, and it was an emotional thing, because
mhm,
I didn't expect. Um, Let me put this the right way. I'm a winner.
mhm,
You can't expect that you're going to win an award. You have to be grateful that you
mhm,
are that you're on the podium with other people that put together
mhm,
some hard work to get there. So I was so happy that I got the award, and so I was emotional through that whole speech. But I
mhm,
got two awards that night, so in my head, I have the feeling of it being so beautiful to get the award, but then I'm also it's a thing that I dreamed about, being on the stage and accepting award, like a
mhm,
Grammy. grabbing that award, and I'm looking down. I'm seeing myself doing all those typical things that you see people do on these award shows because it's baked into my head. You know, it was a beautiful moment, though. Yeah.
Gotta thank you, Mama. Mama, I
Yeah.
love you.
It is.
You know, it's nothing like the award shows. It's a very surreal feeling. I just hosted my first award show. It's a Cleveland-based award show called the Legend Awards. And we were nominated for 2 awards. Now we did not win, but you know, when I got on stage, I introduced myself, and people, do you know, people clapped and screamed for me. I said,
Yes, indeed.
I said, "Oh my God." I couldn't believe it. And you know, the other people on there were, you know, notable DJs and different people. And the fact that I was getting the same or even more, I've never felt anything like that. That was the biggest audience. So it was just a really surreal moment to really, I was just, like you said, grateful. Like I didn't expect it. I was just happy to be there. You know, that's me. I'm just happy to be here.
Real talk.
So we talked a little bit about the music. I did want to say I really like your song "Say Less." Now, listen, the lyrics. I'm a lyrics person. Now, listen, my favorite artist, Mariah Carey. You know her pen. She be looking up the thesaurus, the glossary, the dictionary, encyclopedia. She gonna throw some words and some feelings. So I really appreciate people that speak from the heart. And some of your lyrics, you say, "I'm always here for you through good and bad times. I'll help you through the dark. Together we shine." Through the good and bad times. See, my generation, I'm millennial. They just here for tonight. They here for tonight. maybe a little breakfast. But no, they not here through the good times and the bad times. So I think that those type of lyrics, like I grew up listening to Boyz II Men, and you know, people on the desert in a leather vest crying over there, you know, and nowadays I don't. Now that I'm an adult, you know, my mind is fully developed, I want to hear something of substance. And I'm finding myself finding these artists through what I'm doing now, through James, through Ron Ledford. Ron will talk up an artist and be like, you know what, just here, listen to this person or whatever. You know, and he has Sabrina has said it earlier, he's a great connection. But I'm finding myself liking these different genres and stumbling upon this music that I never thought that I would, you know, it's not that I wouldn't thought I would like it, but I'm preferring this more than the pop it, drop it. And you know, James know how I get. I like to dance and all that.
And she loved to pop it, drop it. So like
right.
But James and his infinite playlist, you know, I've been really exposed his infinite playlist. And his playlist don't stop. He'll just keep going. He just play it round and round, and you might not hear the same song till 2 years from now. Like he got that much music. He got the remix to the remix to the remix. Okay. But I see from your lyrics, it's something there. It's something, the feeling behind that. So walk me just through a little bit of your writing process and where you get your inspiration from.
Well, say less. And again, it's an honor when someone can point to a passage in a song, and when they feel a lyric, that makes me proud that it was written in a way that will touch you a certain way. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
It is so I woke up out of my sleep on that song. So Say Less is really about hearing what someone says to you about the way they want to be loved and to internalize it. And then after you say it, if I'm really listening to you, say less. You don't have to say anything else. And I'll take it from here. And that came to me in the middle of the night. I had to wake up, jump out of bed, put on my smoking jacket. I'm joking. And then I wrote that song. It took me to get the rough draft out about a good 30 minutes because once I started playing it, I said, man, I think I got the chords. I think I got some chords for this. And I started playing a couple chords. And 30 minutes later, I have a song. But I had to step back off of that song in particular, and there wasn't a lot of edits that I had to do. But strangely enough, I ended up writing all new music for it because I felt another chord progression that just really spoke to me with those lyrics, and it worked perfect. But sometimes it's not that you just sit down and say, I'm going to write a song called Say Less today.
Right.
You got to dig. You have to dig from some personal experience. You have to
Absolutely.
remember when someone has looked you in your eyes and they told you, this is my love language. Um,
Hmm.
this is how I observe you in your everyday life, and here's how I think you're telling me you want to be loved. I mean, that type of attention from another person is beautiful. So I've experienced it, and fortunately, I was able to capture that in the song. And that
I
song
think,
was on the jazz
yeah.
charts for about 4 or 5 months. Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
You see?
I see why it really spoke to me. I feel like people nowadays want to love you in the way they want to love you, and
Yeah,
to just
uh-huh.
hear,
yeah,
and it should be enough. And if it ain't enough, you're ungrateful, or
mm,
people don't really want to take the time to
yeah,
learn things, and then you end up repeat yourself, and it's like I already told you.
Mhm, uh-huh.
I like this and I don't like that,
yeah.
and so when you say less, that's how I like my men. Just baby, I'm the queen. Say less,
Real
okay?
talk.
So I
Yeah.
really love that song. So my last question I have for you is, can you walk me through having this second act? Having, when you fall in love with something, and you may start a little bit later, or you may start at a different point in your life.
Hmm.
This is me and James has brought me on, what, it's been about 2-3 years now. Even though we both have degrees in this, we both had to raise kids and work jobs and live life and put ourselves on a back burner, to now we're at a point where we can go for the things that we want, and we're really putting our all into it. And
Oh,
because we're at a different space, we have a different life experience, so we're moving in a way that is different than other people that may have started before us. Because
absolutely.
can you walk me through how that is for you musically?
So first, I think that everything happens in its correct time. um,
Hmm.
I used to tell myself that, man, I wish I could have gotten started as a child,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and made my way, through the ranks that way, learn my instrument, learn the method of singing. I ended up being a self-taught person that didn't start until I was about 45, 40,
Mhm.
46 years old.
Hmm.
And I feel that for the type of person I am and what I've been through in my life, that was the perfect time for this talent to come out.
Yeah.
Um, as it pertains to the way I deal with it on a daily basis, I mean, I have a career, and I enjoy what I do. I'm so happy that I have something outside of my career now that really defines me. It's something that I really should be doing.
Hmm.
And whether I'm not going to say whether or not it's going to be something that I do for the rest of my life. This is not a hobby. This is not something that I do just for fun because
Right.
I want to get on stage. This is something that's really in my soul that took a lot of time to build and to eventually end up coming out. And
Hmm.
there are people in this chat right here. I mean, you know who your people are
Hmm.
that encourage you. I mean, you got Jonathan Williams, you got Heath Fedorchek, and some other people here in the chat that have um, loved me as a person and as an artist for a long time. And it really helps when you pick up, especially music in the second half of your life, because you have so much to reflect on. I think
Hmm.
I think had I been writing about certain things at another age, I wouldn't have had the depth and perspective to write on it a
Hmm.
certain way. I'm happy that I have the experiences, whether they are good or bad, that I can use now to fuel my creativity moving forward.
Absolutely.
And the beautiful thing about that is that I'm meeting more like-minded people that I'm
Mhm.
able to work with, that bring me
Hmm.
on their projects. I bring them on my projects, and it's a synergy that you cannot beat. So
Hmm.
that's how I look at it, starting in the second half of my life. That's crazy saying it, but
But I think the way that you said it, everything happens when it's supposed to. It
yeah.
is
Hmm.
imperative to have that village. And I was laughing at the comment that Jonathan put down there. He said, "I ain't never cried at his live show."
Yes, I seen him crying. I seen him. You know.
Um,
He's a
It's
great actor. You have to look him up.
yeah,
You should definitely connect with Jonathan. He's an amazing actor,
absolutely,
and he does a
absolutely.
lot more than that. But please reach out.
Listen, we absolutely will be
Yes.
reaching out.
Yes, indeed.
It's imperative to have that village, but I think just the way that you answered this last question, it really speaks to me just in terms of where the connection comes from, why I'm so connected to the music. Say Less is my favorite too. I don't know if you
Thank you.
noticed, but when I posted the flyer, that's actually the song that I have playing in the background
Thank
on
you.
Instagram.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
I think that what you do, it really speaks to, and not even just with the music, but just your journey. It really
Mhm.
speaks to me, and I think Kat as well, just because just like you have a career and then you are doing something that you love, seemingly on the side or as a hobby to other people, but for you, this is not a hobby. This is your life, and this is what you
Right.
need to do.
Right.
we are
Hmm.
doing we're doing the same thing. We
Yeah.
both, have our jobs, and then we're doing this piece of it. And the reason why I stay on the independent level is because I can do it the way that I want. I can work it around my life, and
Yeah.
and that's the whole way this company works. Just for the sake of she and I, because we have. I mean, granted, my son is 19, but it's like he's still every bit of 10. So
Hmm.
it's like I'm still.
Okay.
And then hers is getting ready to graduate from high school, but she's still gonna be taking care of her
Right.
pretty much.
Mhm.
And that's just how it
Right.
goes. So it's like you got
Yes.
other stuff going on, but you're still able to do what you love, and that relates to me so much. So like I
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
appreciate even just having the opportunity to connect with you, because
Thank you.
doing
Same here.
this type of stuff and being independent and doing
Mhm.
it the way that we're doing, you need to be able to talk to like-minded individuals. And I think that's
Mhm.
why I love
Mhm.
even connecting with independent artists, because they
Mhm.
get it. Like
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
get it. They're doing the work to make their dreams work, but then they're also, have other things and other parts of their lives that are booming and whatnot too. So I
Yeah.
love that. I know you were finishing up, Kat. I just wanted to jump in and kind of say that, but I know you were finishing up. Did you have some more that you were going to say?
Nope. I was gonna pass it on to you, cuz.
Okay. Um, I think the beauty, one of the biggest beauties of your music is that you speak to like your audience. You're speaking to their lives and the things that are going on, and you're speaking a
Yeah.
truth, like a level of truth that they're not hearing hearing from other artists. I
Mhm.
think that soul music, jazz music, really just all of the genres, connected. They've always told the truth about life, relationships, struggles, and healing. Like, what truths are you telling, or what additional truths are you telling, through your music right now?
I think I think my music has a lot to do with people's relationships. Not even so much romantically. I mean, we all write about romantic relationships, but just the way we should care for people. Excuse me, care for each other as human beings.
Absolutely.
Um, there is something that goes beyond a romantic relationship where you um, have to care for that person's soul in a way that you would want yours to be taken care of. Whatever the body does, the physical thing can happen between anybody. It can happen between anybody. I want to write music that allows people's souls to really connect to,
Right.
to what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
There's a song that I have coming out actually just a couple days. It's called "A Change of Heart."
Okay.
And that song goes into the process of being in love with someone and then falling out of that love, and what a change of heart just really means and feels like.
Yeah.
And even if you are in a position with someone where you've been with them for a long time, and your feelings have changed, if nothing crazy has happened, it doesn't have to be where you got to be at each other's necks trying to kill each other. We still were together for a reason, and we can still handle each other like humans and
Yeah.
adults.
And there's so many
Music just
people
speaks to
who,
that.
yeah,
Mhm.
and there's so many people who are dealing with that very thing, like
Yeah.
right this very minute. Like, there's so many people who are dealing with that. Like,
Hmm.
music, I feel has always had like that healing nature.
Yeah.
In
Mhm.
what ways
Healing.
do you in what ways, or are there any ways that you feel like the music or your music has been healing to you?
Well, it really allows me to recant experiences, and whenever you can openly speak on something, it's therapeutic. Um, on top of that, knowing that other people have, I'm not the only one that's been through a breakup. I'm not the only one that's had a divorce. I'm not the only one that's been cheated
I've had a
on. I'm
divorce
not the
too.
only, it has
Hmm.
happened, and to tell it is healing for you. But I've heard lyrics that people have written that hit me in the chest so hard. It's like, man, do you know me?
Hmm.
Do you
Yeah.
know me?
Yeah,
Who raised you?
yeah, yeah,
Um, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that type of music that inspires me.
yeah.
You take a guy like Donny Hathaway, who not only has that lyrical prowess, but he's got the voice to take it all the way there. You know, that's what I want to do. And I can't. I'm not going to compare myself to Donny Hathaway. You understand what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? I want to, in that same way, be able to connect to people with not just the lyric and the emotion, but also the delivery with the vocals as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I I would argue that you are doing that.
Wow.
And even when I think to the example that you gave us of a change is going to come, from Sam Cooke. To me, you evidently had it within you to where you could kind of channel Sam Cooke,
Yeah.
all while delivering it your way and doing it
Yeah.
your style, and not trying to sound like him. But I would
Right.
imagine that you were able to channel Sam Cooke just the same way that what's his name? Help me out here, Cat. That sounds like Marvin Gaye.
Oh yeah. Um,
October London.
October London. Yeah,
October
we got the same
London.
time.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but
I could.
just to say, I think I'm getting Alzheimer's, man, and I'm getting ready to turn 49, and I'll be like, oh my God, but yeah,
Hmm.
like October London and how he can channel, Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
lot of people. You had D'Angelo, who I felt really channeled. What's his name for cruising? Smokey Robinson.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. He does have that vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
No,
song
I think
especially.
that's a great class of artists to be in, man. Like that
Mm-hmm.
is a great
Mm-hmm.
class of artists to be in, and I think that you do amazing, especially. And I mean, you really enlightened me because I thought you had been here much longer than 8 years. So,
Yeah.
like to me, that's amazing to be at the level that you are,
Mm-hmm.
to have gone as far as you have already, and it's only
Yeah.
been 8 years. Like to me, again, that's God.
You got to treat people right. You have to have good
Period.
intentions.
Period.
Your intent is everything. I've made a lot of mistakes,
Yeah.
but people know that my intention is good.
Yeah.
You can mistakenly hurt someone's feelings. You can mistakenly do anything. But if someone can look at you and know, you know what, that brother wasn't trying to hurt me. He was,
Hmm.
it means a lot to have good intentions.
Hmm.
In this 8 years, I've met I've met people that I would go to their concerts and almost in stalk mode. It's like I got to see this person, and I
Yeah.
would go to a concert, I'll go to a show, and they may recognize me and see me. And I always told myself, one day I'm gonna be on that stage, and I'm gonna. And now I play with some of those people, or they may
Yeah.
call me and say, "Hey,
Hmm.
I got a show. Come check out my show, or let's do a
Yeah.
show together." I never expected that, but if you come from the right place,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up in the realm of like-minded people. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and I think that when you work as hard as you definitely, as you definitely do, like I think it's inevitable for you to get to that place, like to be on an
Hmm.
independent level. Like I really have a strong affinity for independent artists because there's so much
Yes.
work that goes into it, and there's no way you would be where you are if you weren't putting in the work.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in Detroit that are doing some really, really good work.
Absolutely,
And
man. You
I'm
got
trying
better.
to take a bit of a different path. I want to, and which I've done it, but I'm expanding on it. But this whole orchestra idea that I've been working with, I told myself that I am going to sing with someone's orchestra, at some point, and I said this on Facebook maybe about 2 years ago. I announced it. I said, I'm gonna sing with somebody's orchestra. And a couple months later, someone gives me a call and it goes, "Oh, we've been looking at you anyway. Let's bring you in because we want you to sing with this orchestra, this particular gig."
Yeah.
And I got it in my blood, and now I got my own.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing what will happen when you speak it into existence, man.
Most
And I
definitely.
get it all the time.
Most definitely.
I love orchestras. I love
Yeah.
when orchestras work with music. My mom every year does gospel meets symphony.
Ooh.
So that is just amazing. All the choirs and then
Ooh.
the orchestra, the symphony, you have all this and they got a harpist, like they got everybody, and it's nothing like it. It's
Yeah.
something about live music with a band that it just hits different. You can play it again, you can go around, you can take longer, you can improvise. It's just something different about that type of performance that it just really brings something out. And I think people that are real fans of R&B and soul and jazz, that's really what they want to see.
Yeah. When you got horns and strings, and you can hear that percussion, and somebody's, it's the most beautiful thing in the world to hear just music moving in a certain way with such organization and oh man, it's beautiful. So that's my love. That's what I really want to get off into in these next couple of years, is to establish my large ensemble bands.
Gotcha. Yeah. What are shows looking like right now? Like, are you touring around or doing any shows right now?
Yeah, so we actually have several shows booked in Detroit right now, and in the Detroit area. Coming up, we have 2 Juneteenth celebrations. One is with the city of Madison Heights, and I'm bringing in from New York, Heshima Moya. Heshima Moja. He's coming in for 2 Juneteenth shows.
Okay.
An amazing artist, and I met him on another platform, the Urban Influencer. I clicked with him immediately, and I really appreciate who he is. So he's going to come and work with us, and then after that, we're going to be headlining a stage on the Michigan Jazz Festival. Horn section and all of that. That's going to be a good show. Okay. And then
your Michigan Jazz Festival, when is that?
That is going to be on July the 19th.
Okay, I may come down for that because
come check us out.
I want to see you live. That's why I'm asking about your dates.
Yes, yes, yeah, it's going to be a great show. We got background singers. I can't even talk today. Background singers, a horn section, a percussionist. This is going to be a really, really good show. And several shows booked after that. A large end of season show we have where it's actually going to be the first show with the orchestra on stage in Oak Park.
Yeah, Kat and I may pop up for that.
Yes, yeah, it's a lot happening. And I thank everyone in Detroit for coming to these shows. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, us being in Cleveland, we're only 2.5 hours away. So
not far at all.
Yeah, because we came down and we did a comedy club with Ron Ledford maybe 4 or 5 months ago. But I think we may pop up for that.
Please do. Yeah, just let me know, and that way we can connect and make it happen. I appreciate it. Absolutely. And I was going to say, I just want to thank, for a lot of folks who are going to watch this video, and just thank everyone that has supported me for these last several years. Detroit is a beautiful place to play music, and people will come and support. If you putting your best foot forward, you just can't go out there and just mail it in. People want to hear what you got, and I have some really great friends is what I like to call them. I don't necessarily like to say, followers and fans. They're my friends because they show up for me, and I appreciate it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like Detroit is so rich, in music, and I mean, obviously the Motown scene, having that. They're like, when you think of today, like there's so many artists down there. I mean, I listen to a lot of Beth now, and
Beth. Ooh.
Yeah, we've had her on the platform several times.
She just had a show this weekend, I believe, and she
Yeah.
was with Ti and Tiny, and I
Yeah.
just saw everybody was a buzz about it. So I'm gonna have to see if Ron got some footage because I need to see this show, Beth.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
see.
Absolutely amazing. And she's one of those folks too that we've had conversations that I didn't expect. People that really mean well will sit you down and say, hey, I see what you're doing. You may want to consider doing this, consider that, or
Yeah.
what are your ideas on this and that. And it amazes me that people can succeed and then reach back and try and give good advice to people that are in their footsteps.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's definitely part of that circle of people who will reach back to you and say, this is what I suggest. And I mean, there's so many of them when you think of Marcus Divine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So many people down there, and he's been on the platform several times. Now
That's
I think
an amazing brother.
Legacy wise, what do you feel like you want to leave behind? What do you want your legacy to be?
So I want to be around for a long time, but I want my legacy to be great music, to be crooning. I consider myself to be to be a crooner. So I want to put forth that type of music, and if records come back the way I think they come back, I want 50 years from now to go, you know what, I got that Smoke vinyl right here. They put a rap rock and let me put on that old Smoke vinyl. I want that because that way you continue to live, in the hearts and minds of people that come after you. You continue to shape the culture. You transcend the culture, and that's why I love the name of this show, Transcending the Culture. I mean,
I appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. When I tell you I appreciate that, man, and to be honest with you, I came up with it on the cuff, like to be totally honest with you. But at the same time, it was like when I said it, it was just like, okay, this is it. This is absolutely what we want to do. I'm looking at, and at the time, I'm looking at the music that's out there, at that time, and what people were doing and what was happening in urban culture. And I was just like, we got to get to it. We got to get to a greater level. And I feel like a lot of music had really gone backwards, and just what people were representing out there as the culture, quote unquote. I was just like, this is not it. Like, we got to do something different. And when I said that, it's like, okay, I think that's gonna rock, and we just gonna roll with it and see how it goes. But I appreciate the fact that you see, exactly what it is, and what it stands for, and what we're trying to do with the podcast. It's amazing having you on, and I think in terms of legacy and you being here and leaving something behind, like you are transcending the culture. Like, I mean, that was clear to me long ago. Like, you are doing something that is taking us to a greater level. And I feel like music is kind of, it's almost going back to kind of the things that we were missing. So, I mean, obviously, there's so many other artists. There's a lot of new and younger artists out now. And I think what I can appreciate about today's artists who are coming out, I would say as of recent, is they're a lot less afraid to be creative and try something different. So
That's what I was going to say.
Again, your October Londons, you have Genevieve, which nobody really talks a whole lot about. She's brand new, but it's like, this girl is really, really good. You have your LMAs, and you like, there's so many people who are like making timeless music in this. And a lot of that comes from what you have put into this business and what people are being able to pick up from what you've been doing. So thank you for what you're doing, for the culture.
I hope to do a whole lot more. I really appreciate that. I want to do a whole lot more and just really, just really put that work and that effort out there so that people can gravitate to something you said about creativity. And I think that's probably the definition, at least my definition, of transcending the culture. Culture is set, I think, by those new and creative things that people begin to adopt and it affects the way we think and the way that we do things. I mean, you know, you're transcending a current culture, and you're in essence adding and creating, you know, creating something else.
Absolutely.
And I like to think that the type of music that I create and that I'm creating is something that's going to be so much more different. I mean, you know, you got so many different you got so many different ways a song can sound, but an individual's creativity and the way you write and the way you emote. There are tons of singers out there that I think may not be the most talented as far as getting the notes out.
Yeah.
But when you listen to what they say and you see the feeling in their eyes and you connect to it, and you singing it, you know, that transcends culture. You're grabbing onto that person's vibe, that person's spirit, and it's taking you to a different place. So I would hope to be a person like that. And I just appreciate you having me on. It's an honor for me to be on and to be able to speak my truth in this way. So I appreciate you.
Well, understand that this won't be the last time that we'll have you on.
Hey.
Anybody that we bring on, they are instantly family. So we calling you cousin. You got to bring something to the cookout.
All right,
you are family now, man. So
I'll bring the napkins and the sporks,
and we'll take it. We will absolutely take it, because of all the people who said they bringing something, ain't nobody said nothing about that.
Ain't nobody said nothing about that. So, we gonna write you down on the list.
Yeah, have that mac and cheese ready for me though.
Absolutely. We got somebody on it. So no, that's cool. How do you define success today versus when you first started?
I'm gonna say that I remember when, you know, you would look and see how many units someone sold, and you know, somebody got a huge contract and they're touring and they're doing all those things, and then you come to find out that maybe that wasn't actual success. It may be numbers, but those numbers might be putting funds in someone else's pocket as opposed to that person who looks like they're extremely successful. I think that at this particular point in time, the idea of success is being able to work and use the tools that you have to generate as much love as you can, as well as income. I mean, you know, it's hard to say what the actual desired end is going to be, because the culture of music continues to change. You know, you used to want a record deal, and it just seems like now that whole idea has kind of changed. There's so many independent artists out here that are putting out amazing music.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna give you a perfect example, and you need to connect with this individual also. And you may know him, but Akina Lay Spate, the Black Knight.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you his information, right? Because you gotta speak up on your people, right? He is what I would consider to be one of the music geniuses in Detroit. I love what he does. He has an R&B, 90s R&B sound, right? And amazing at what he does. And the success that I think that he's accumulated is having such a large catalog of music where you can just play any of his albums, and the song that you click on is the song you're gonna vibe on, and you click again, you're gonna vibe again.
That's dope.
You know, it may not always be how much money you end up making, because there are a ton of artists that are amazing that you will never hear their music unless somebody actually put it in your hand. Right. So success is being able to put a body of work out where people can just love on it, and hopefully you make some good money, and you can change your life with it. You know, absolutely. I'm trying to figure that formula out.
You know what? I think you're well on your way though, man. And you know, I speak up for the independent game, you know, again, just because I know the work that goes into it. I've seen artists who, you know, are signed to majors, and you know, it looks like you said, like they're successful because they're selling all these albums and whatnot, but in the end, they're still broke.
Right.
So I definitely see it, and I love the trajectory that Maya has been on. I mean, you figure Maya's been out there over 30 years now, and she's been independent for probably the last 10 to 15 years. She just put a project out last week, and she is doing well. She's
Yeah.
doing
Mhm.
very well, and I don't think anybody, I don't think the average person saw her, extending her career this long.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, she's done exceptionally well on the independent front. Running her own label and her own company and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. It
Yes.
absolutely can be done, and you can make a living from it, and
Yes.
be well off. So
Yeah.
I think you're definitely
Mhm.
well on your way.
Thank you, sir.
But we see people bashing their labels now. I know you guys. I saw Lizzo
Yeah.
in a panties and bra on the street, painting, putting her own posters up. I'm like, Lizzo, what the heck you doing? But she said the label not gonna do it. The label not pushing me, so I'm gonna get out
Right.
there and do it. You see people that are
Right.
signed to labels still making moves as if they're independent. So
Yeah.
you can't. It's a different ball game, especially with
Yeah.
social media involved. You're able to
Mm-hmm.
get yourself out there without all of that.
But you can't
So
be,
Yeah.
but you cannot be. I mean, quote unquote, you can't be lazy, and and I think that's a lot of the problem is that
Mm-hmm.
you'll have some that will want to be independent or they'll try to go independent, but they don't
Mm-hmm.
realize how much work it actually takes
mhm.
Yeah.
to pull this off and to get people to listen and to get. I mean, hell, we have the network on YouTube, and it's like how hard is it or how easy do you think it is to get somebody to just click the button and subscribe? And it's free.
I don't think people understand
They don't
that.
They'll,
There
understand.
they'll,
is
they'll watch it
work.
every week, but they'll never hit the subscribe button.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
I mean,
You have to actually say, hey, for everybody that you watching this show and you ain't subscribed, hit the subscribe button.
yeah,
And
yeah,
still,
Down
still
below, down
sometimes people won't
below.
do it.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
a testament to your hard work is the fact that you are continuing to do it. Um,
Absolutely.
and if you don't stop, then your momentum doesn't stop. However slow or fast it is, as long as you don't stop, the momentum, continues. So
Absolutely,
I
man.
think you're doing an amazing job.
I
So
appreciate that. When I
Thank
tell
you
you
so
that,
much.
I know I speak for Kat as well. Like this for me, I've been doing this since 2001. Like this is, and thankfully I'm making something off of it now. But it's like
mhm.
if I told you how long it took me to actually start making something off of it, you might think I
Yeah.
was a lunatic. But I do all of this for like the love and the passion of it, though.
Yeah. Do
Mhm.
I
you
just,
do you find that if you don't mind me asking you a question,
oh yeah,
do you find that you have to change your approach very often to the way you run your channel and the way promote, or the way you uh, do you find yourself
um,
frequently having to change direction?
not really so much. It probably sounds crazy, but I don't necessarily. I mean, obviously we want the followers and we want the clicks and that sort of thing, but in all honesty, when I say we do our own thing, like we really do our own thing. So
Mm,
we'll
I,
go
I
out, we'll
think
do events, and we'll cover XYZ and whatnot, and we'll collaborate with different people and whatnot, and they'll see that we're on a total different wavelength. Like we really do our own thing, and we really
mhm.
reach for the organic audience. And the cool thing is that when we come on here, we pretty much outside of the new people who come on each week, we pretty much know who's going to be in the room.
okay.
Mhm.
Because like people, they are coming back to us because
Mhm.
of the content that we're putting out there. Like
Right.
we're not salacious.
Mhm.
We're trying to get a real story, something that's really gonna not only elevate the culture, but actually do something for you in your life as well, and help you with
Mhm.
something that you have going on, or whatever it may be. So obviously we have musicians and whatnot on here, but we'll have a politician on. We may have a teacher
Mhm.
on. We had somebody who does work with Special Olympics on a couple weeks
Mhm.
ago.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
so I mean, we are touching on all types of different topics, that are affecting our community and people who surround us. So
Okay.
I think that
Yeah.
helps us. So we don't have to change too much about the way that we promote. We
Yeah.
generally do well with getting people in and getting people to watch and that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, I think we just focused on, we knew what we wanted to do, but we wanted to hone in on doing it well. So we really
Mhm.
just kind of figured out our interview style and who we want on. And then, like you said, we are worried about transcending the culture. So we have people on that are doing just that.
Mm.
We could be having the the people, the internet stunts and the people that's going viral and this and
Right.
that, but that's just not really
Right.
what we want to do. We
Yeah,
both have wanted to do this since younger, have degrees in it. So
yeah,
we
Mhm.
love this and we want to have a reputable company that people will come back to. I don't want
yeah,
someone
absolutely.
where I'm asking you about this and what happened with your baby dad and y'all had a
Right.
divorce and
Right.
and
Right.
and the, and the
Right.
baby was hanging out the window and
Yeah,
this and that. Like, I'm not gonna, it's easy to do that, but I just want to have a long lasting career. I want people to trust me as a
yeah.
journalist. I want people
Yeah.
to want to come on my show. I want people to feel comfortable. I want people to share
And
ideas,
and
like-minded
that's where
people,
it helps us. And that's where it
Mhm.
helps us as well, because we find that it's easier, if we want to get, the big huge artists like we had Major on.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And and not just him. I mean, we've had a number of people on, and we find it a little bit easier to get more of the people that we want to get on, because they can look at any of the past shows and then
Yeah.
they can see that, okay, they're not out there like they're asking well thought out questions, and you could tell that they really studied. I mean, that was one of the things when we brought Major on. I think
Mhm.
maybe 3 minutes into the interview, he said, "Stop for a minute, like y'all really research this,"
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is what we supposed to do."
So we
Um,
do, and this is what we
you'll
want to
find
want
you
to
find
do.
a lot of times when people have conversations and they do interviews, like they really don't know
Mhm.
anything about the person.
Chevy,
And
Ain't listen to
I
no
didn't know
music. Don't
that.
know
yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well,
So no,
I didn't
I
know
think
nothing
it's
about that.
yeah, I think that helps us tremendously. So we do
Yeah.
well.
Hmm.
That's
Like I'm grateful for the journey that I've been on. And again, I mean, I started, like, when I tell you I started doing this from my mother's kitchen back in
mm.
2001, and my first interview was Kelly Price. So I
Whoa.
I did I did something with Kelly Price, and word of mouth travels. Like, and
Wow.
people will tell you all the time, but it travels. I did Kelly Price and Devin the Dude. They were like a day
Wow.
apart. I did Kelly Price like on a Saturday, and I did Devin the Dude on a Sunday.
Wow.
And within a couple weeks, I had connected with Universal, Def Jam, Sony, EMI, Koch Records. It was at the time. Um, and all these labels were essentially, after that point, they were sending me CDs in the mail like
Wow.
every other day. My mother is like, "What is all this shit coming to my house?" I'm like, "This is the record labels. They're sending me CDs as they're getting
I
ready to be
told you, Ma. I told you.
right." I'm
They
like,
got all this stuff on my table. Hold up.
doing album reviews, and then I'm interviewing, Outkast and all
Yes.
these different.
Yes.
Like I caught Janelle Monáe when she was signed to Big Boy.
Wow.
So she was brand new, and it was like I was able to talk to a lot of these people, the Rihannas, the Beyoncés, the Chris Browns,
So bless
like
them.
in the very beginning. So I've been
Yeah.
blessed all the way through this, and I think the thing that really helped me was it wasn't about the money. It was about me being able to do something that I love and that I could be successful in my mind at, because it's something that I always wanted to do. And that literally has carried me through 25 years where,
Wow.
for so many years, I wasn't necessarily making a whole lot of money off of it, but I kept other jobs and I was doing other stuff where I could pay for the websites and pay for this and pay for that and, all of that stuff. And, eventually that turned into me covering the BET Awards and doing the red carpets at that,
Ooh.
Soul Train
Wow.
Awards and the Stellar Awards. And so like I'm blessed all the way through this, man.
That's
And
good, man.
and again, it's because of being able to connect with people like you. Like through this, we will be able to, really build a relationship where we can continue to support you. I've been able to
Yeah.
do that with so many other people from in the past. So the Faith Evanses and like all these people, who have been out here for years, I've been able to build relationships where, it's easy for us to get a lot of them on, the podcast and that sort of thing. So we
Man,
appreciate
I appreciate you too, man. I hope the relationship develops to the point to where we can lend money back and forth too.
absolutely,
So,
man. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can borrow a couple dollars.
Listen, man, and I will send it, man.
No, thank you. I
I
appreciate
will send it, cousin. I'll send it. But now, what is the one thing that you feel like you wanted to get out, through this conversation?
So it's kind of a little bit related to what you just said. I mean, I saw, when you doing videos with interviews with Beth and Marcus and
Yeah.
a lot of I'm going to say Detroit folks, but they're doing things in so many other places on
Hmm.
such large platforms.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be able to come on the same platform and tell my story. And I think what I really want to get out is just that, this is something that I want to do with my entire life, and that I have a story to tell. I have music that needs to be played. And I'm just happy that we were able to have this conversation so that people can get to know a little bit more about me, and I can get more familiar with you, because I'm going to continue watching the show.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate
because it
it.
Yeah.
bangs. It bangs.
We absolutely appreciate it, because the reality is, we definitely feel like we do a good job, but I think that we both still question. And it's like, okay, are they really getting something from it? Are they really enjoying it? So anytime that we hear it, like we are tremendously grateful just to
It
even,
means the world,
yeah,
honestly.
it means the world. And I think even more so because it's like a passion of ours, and something that
Oh
we,
man, that means everything.
and
That means everything.
any way that we can help you to tell your story, like that
Mhm.
is absolutely what we are here for. So this is just the first time of many that we will have you on the platforms. Um, yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you. I would love to come back and talk about this next endeavor, though, this orchestra endeavor, and I want to keep you updated on what's happening with that, because I
Absolutely.
definitely want to be a force in that space, and you'll see that coming. Also, keep an eye out. Next couple of days, I'll send you a link. My new single, "Change of Heart," is going to be
Okay.
releasing, and
Absolutely.
I'll send you a copy, because it's all mastered and done and ready. I'll send you a
Okay,
copy of
that's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then what we're doing is, because we have an internet station, but we took it down for a couple months. So we're actually
Okay.
putting that back up. So that actually should be up by the time you release it, and then we can actually add it to the station so that then it'll be spinning.
Sure.
Um, Social media. Where can people get you on social media?
So social media, you can find me at Smoke Jones Music on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube.
Okay.
And also, my website is smokejonesmusic.com. And there is a whole list of all my shows I have coming up. I think we got like 10, maybe 10 shows coming up. And I actually sell my music on my website. So if you please,
Okay.
I appreciate you streaming, because I'll release it for streaming as well. But if you wish to purchase it, please purchase from my website. Yeah.
Again, man, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. You good, Kat?
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I was asking all my little questions. I'm good. Listen. We got it in tonight.
Easy.
Smoke Jones.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Say
All right,
less.
man. Well, thank you so much, man. We absolutely appreciate you, and we'll definitely do this again.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, James.
You're welcome, man. You have a good night.
All right. See you later.
Okay, y'all. We have finished up that interview. How'd you feel with that?
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I
It's
thought it
nice
was
to
amazing.
connect with someone on a personal level, and then to listen to his music and really resonate with it and
Yeah,
really like it and add it to my playlist. I
absolutely,
really,
absolutely.
I told you ever since we been on this journey, and you've been exposing me to all this music and stuff. Like, I feel like I'm growing up. Like, I feel like, ooh, like I'm listening to
That's
grown up
cool.
music,
That's cool though.
but
But
it's
but
like,
the rapping is cool too though. Like
but it's I'm finding myself finding things that feed my soul, and are
yeah,
what I need right now and who I
yeah,
am. Like, it's a time
yeah,
and place for that. I'm always peep popping on the weekends, but
yeah,
it's just nice to. I listen to the same old music. Like, when I want to play R&B, I'm gonna listen to the same old artists in the '90s and the 2000s and stuff like that. But it's nice to get new music. It's nice the
yeah,
music of this time and of this day, and
yeah,
especially
yeah,
new artists. And I can find a sound that I really like in an artist that's making it right now. I don't have to
Yeah.
listen. I
Yeah.
done burnt out all the Aaliyah albums. Come on, I need somebody
You're
new.
right.
So,
You're right.
I'm really, really, really thankful to him for not
Absolutely.
only the music that he makes, but for reaching out and coming on the show. Like, I'm glad
Yeah.
we've heard, and it's like Ron always turn us up to different people. So
Uh-huh.
it's really nice to put face to the name and
Yeah.
a ear to the name, really hear it for ourselves. So I really enjoy having him on, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what he does next.
Yeah. I thought it was amazing. It just was ironic that Ron had been telling us about him, and then he
Hmm.
reached out. Like, to me, that instantly said, "Okay, that's God. Like, we need to do this, and we need to do
Perfect.
it right now." I think it was
Hmm.
amazing. I think that he is good for today. He is good
Hmm.
for the culture.
But he has a great voice, though. He has a really, really wonderful voice. Like
Absolutely.
I really like the tone of his voice. Like it's
Absolutely.
very, like I said, I want a little cigar, little, little Cavassier, something. It's just more upscale, more jazzy. I'll put a nice dress and go on a date or something.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to it, put on my makeup today. Like, ooh, hold on now, say less. Um,
Right.
so I'm glad he's part of the fam now. So we
Yeah.
will be
Absolutely.
keeping you guys updated on what Smoke Jones has going on.
Absolutely.
Um, so yeah, let's get into a little bit of cat got your tongue. I got a couple little bit of
Yeah.
stories, little bit of stories. I know you had something you wanted to talk
Yeah.
about,
So it was.
and no, go ahead. I'm all ears.
No,
I'm
I
all
was just gonna
ears.
say it was just more so, and I really was posing it as a question even to you. Like, how
Hmm.
do you feel? Because when I looked at one of the it might have been like maybe the first night or the second night of the residency, and
Hmm.
I was not impressed. And I was actually planning on getting a ticket and going
I
and
know
just
you were. Yeah, you was
I
talking
was
about
just like,
that.
"Ooh, I'm glad I didn't spend my money on that." And that's not even to shade Mary, because I love Mary. Like, I
Hmm.
love Mary J. Blige. I love going to her shows, but I think she's tired, man. Like sometimes you got to listen to your body and you got to sit down. And she was tired at the end of that last tour after doing 42 shows. Like you saw all the memes and all the stuff they were putting up, and
Yeah, she. It's so funny because when Mary tired, she gonna still do her little dances. Go
yeah,
Mary. But she be like, not her face be like, oh, here y'all go.
yeah,
Damn. Like it's
yeah.
like, girl.
And not only,
Listen, the way
yeah,
concerts, the ticket prices are, baby.
yeah,
I would rather go to an independent, low key artist that's gonna be giving they all rather than these big names. And this is what I think. I think right now, the economy is what it is. We are in
mhm,
a recession, and it's hitting everybody, not just the little man, but the
absolutely,
celebrities too. And I feel like they're going out and doing these tours because it's something they've always done. It's something that's lucrative. It's something that's needed, but it's like I feel like y'all don't want to do it. It's like a
yeah,
here, damn, here.
yeah,
But and we're seeing that these shows are, they're selling out, but we're getting horrible reviews. People
yeah,
are telling people not to buy. People
yeah,
are, we see people go out on tour and then we don't hear nothing again
yeah.
because they just didn't do a really good job. Oh, Ron in the building. Hey, shout out to Smoke
What's up?
Jones,
What's up,
Ron
Rob? What's up,
Ledford.
Rob? I'm looking at
Uh,
Smoke's
he
comment. There you
said Mary got that soulful stumble dance. It's classic. Do her friends still rock with it? Yeah, because I'm gonna be go Mary, go
go.
Mary. She
But it
be,
was
but her face, like, come on, I need you to put the
yeah,
pep in your step. But this is another thing. I also think that she also is going through being re-traumatized by a situation because people like me think it's funny because baby I'm still singing crispy
uh-huh,
chicken, fresh
uh-huh, uh-huh.
lettuce, three
Yeah,
cheeses,
yeah,
ranch dressing. That's my when I tell you that's my ish. But
yeah.
see, a person like me, if I was married, listen, it's better to have people laughing with you than laughing at you.
They're laughing at you.
It's
Yeah.
been a long time. People think it's funny. Do you know how much money she would make if she would release that, or I would be performing it on stage. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. Shoot, y'all might even get some hors d'oeuvres. I might say, send out the snack wraps to the people.
Yeah, she was mad about that.
I just
Yeah,
she's so
she was
mad
mad about
about
that.
it. And it's like when somebody knows you're mad at it, it make it that much more funny. I'm sorry, Mary. I'm sorry, you laughing. But it's like I'm laughing from a place of endearment because I never thought that that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I come from an era of McNugget love and
Right,
like
right, right.
the ba da ba 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 I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm from that era, so to me, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing with you. I'm like, okay, Mary, make your little snack wrap money. Like I didn't think my generation was kids when it came out, so we just thought it was funny. We never took it as embarrassing or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like she's just over it. And she did really well in Power. Really well.
She did. She
And
did.
she did really well in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
So it's like I think she got comfortable doing what she was doing. When you're
Yeah.
shooting, it's a little less stressful. It's not as demanding. You only got to do your parts. Everybody's not dependent on the residency. You are the product. You
Right.
have to be there. You can't reschedule nothing. You have to every night be on. And I just think she's over it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Mariah Carey be over it and we be eating it up. So I don't know. All Mariah Carey got to do is come get. You know how she get they drag her in.
Right, right,
They
right,
just
right.
they carry her in, and I'll be up there. So I can't really talk too much, but it's just I
Yeah,
don't
I
know,
just
Mary. Mary, I would tell her like a parent, a black parent, fix your face. Cause
I
that's
was
the
just like,
problem. Fix your face, and then maybe but it's like she got this face on her. I don't know.
yeah, I just think she's done. I think she need to take a rest. I just
Hmm.
think that is I think it's, and like you said, it's she over it,
She's
and I
over it.
think she's still trying to deliver, but I just
Hmm.
think that she's tired. And rightfully so, because like she been doing that. I love Mary. Like I love Mary, but
Hmm.
I would not pay $425 for these tickets right now.
Not the way that show is looking.
Well,
I
I
see
well I
too
ain't paying
many
$425 at all. So, but
for
if I
nobody.
was
But
willing to pay 425, I wouldn't be paying for it right about now. Now,
yeah,
I thought the new edition show, I thought it was bomb. I thought it was really good. I don't
hmm
watch shit 10 cities of that on YouTube now.
yeah. But
So I don't
also
know.
it's more members and it's more like
Right,
it's
right,
all on Mary. It's all on Mary.
yeah,
But I think that some artists as they're aging, you have to um go back to the drawing board as far as your set list and your
yeah,
dances and your
yeah,
setup. I think that maybe for something that's as every day and back to back to back to back, she might need to incorporate some different things,
yeah.
some more sitting down, some more
Well, that's one of the things.
collaborations or
Well, I think that's one of the things that they were complaining about is that she was just sitting there in a chair on the stage, but
time on my hands since you've been away, boy. Come on, man, she can sit down for that. I'm going down. She don't
right,
need to
right,
stand
right.
up or I'm going down. Shoot. Let her pull out the stool. Like, I don't know. I think people have to be realistic. Our artists are getting older.
Yeah, yeah,
When Aretha Franklin and you know, when Gladys performing stuff, she ain't doing the same stuff she was doing
yeah.
back in the day. Like we have to take into that account and have respect, but also the prices need to reflect that.
Absolutely.
It's just I just think she need to really go back to the drawing board to see is
Yeah,
this something she really want to do. She
yeah,
might want to be, Mariah went on a world tour, but she's usually known for doing a couple pop-up performances. She don't normally
yeah,
do like that. So that might be something, Mary, where you might just have a couple US shows and then you in Germany and then so it's
yeah,
maybe not so I don't know. I just think it's just too much for her. And then she just had a lot of personal blows, especially I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
people asking her about the crispy chicken thing. Still dealing with aftermath of her divorce. Like it's
Right.
just a lot. So I just think
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. People gotta realize: do you really want to go on tour, or is this just a money grab?
Yeah,
And I think a
yeah.
lot
You're
of
right.
artists are just
Katia in the building. Katia in the
what?
building.
What? Hold on. Are you telling me about Auntie Mary? What y'all say about that Bob Chicken commercial? I liked it exactly. Exactly. I knew you was my sister. I think it was my sister. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, ranch dressing, 3 cheeses wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken. Where my
You
glasses
stupid.
at? Let me tell you this. I swear, I got some Mary J glasses right here. I was just crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. I thought it was fire. I thought it was. I don't know, man. Look at her. She did dancing to it. Um, yeah, I thought it was just. I thought it was funny. I still. I'm going. I mean, it literally plays in my head all the time, and I tear a snack wrap up. Let me tell you about me and your cousin Tiff.
Yeah, still.
Tore them snack wraps down after that photo shoot. You hear me?
Give me one. Give me one.
I got you. But yeah, don't listen, Smoke. Don't please don't encourage me. I can't sing like you. I ain't got the God didn't bless me in that way. I got a lot of talents, but the singing ain't one of them. But yeah, I just feel like sometimes you have to laugh at yourself. Sometimes to win the battle or to not be talked about, you have to laugh at yourself. Like keep in mind, Drake was a little bit mad about the Kendrick things. But when Metro Boomin made that BBL Drizzy, Drake slid on that beat. He sung his little song over it, and it kind of took his power away. So I feel like Mary really needs to do something with that. And she went to the Jennifer Hudson show, and she went through the spirit tunnel, and they said they did the little "let's get it crunk up on the," but the whole time they took that thing on TikTok and they put the crispy chicken.
Yeah.
You see her, she coming down the spirit tunnel. Fresh lettuce, fresh dressing,
I didn't see that on TikTok, but I did see the
yes,
spirit.
they took the spirit tunnel and they put the crispy chicken over the spirit tunnel. Now, when I tell you that I watched that thing and laughed so hard, watched about 300 times.
Oh, she probably was real mad at that.
She was mad, and then like Keke Palmer has been singing it. Like a lot of the Breakfast Club shows, people are. It's Mary is funny. Dang it! I'm sorry. It's funny, and I feel like the more like I've been there before. I get called all type of big, tall, giant bitches and whatever else. I'm just glad to be a big, tall, giant bitch. Oh well, V545, here I come. Sometimes you have to take the power away from that. I don't know. I think she would be look, I said to me with every crispy chicken. It's never not gonna, I'm telling you, gonna ask me about this a year later and I'm gonna still be singing it, laughing like it was yesterday. Like, yeah. I don't know. I think she just needs to really take herself less seriously. Go to the drawing board and remember why singing was fun. A lot of singers really, they singing is they move on from it. It doesn't become fun. I understand that, but don't go on tour then,
Yeah. No, I got you. What else you got? Anything else you got?
Yeah, so I'm really sad that Love and Hip Hop is really wrapping up. Like it's really about to be over.
It's time.
No, but it's just such a staple. And I'm just so used to, I keep in mind I have not watched in a while, and that's probably part of the problem. I have not watched.
I told you she'd be trying to pop it and drop it. I told you.
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce. But I really miss Love and Hip Hop. When the golden era, I feel like they dragged it, and with all the locations and this and that. So we're winding down on the last couple seasons, which is New York, and then I think Miami also is wrapping up as well. And I'm really sad about it. Like, we had some great moments. They made some amazing careers, So it's just like we went. Where would we be without Jocelyn Hernandez? Where would we be without Cardi B?
I think at one point it was like, remember, I don't know if this was season 1. Remember when Samaya was on there, Samaya Reese?
Yes, I loved her.
And her manager was talking slick to
and Jim Jones pulled up
to Jim Jones, and he was like, "You think this is conducive to you walking around the street safe?"
He had him up here talking about, "I never said anything."
Right.
So he had his face in the camera. See, that's when they said Jim Jones might not be on the show no more because they said he was not
Yeah,
down with the scripted. Jim Jones, you know, the idea of Love and Hip Hop really came from Jim Jones and Chrissy
yeah, yeah.
and him wanting to have a reality show, but he wanted people to just walk, you know, follow him, walk around, and whatever happens, happens. And then it
Well, you
kind of
know, there was
turned
a
into,
well, you know, it was a big thing about that because they're the ones that were. I mean, theoretically, they're the ones, or they were the creative force behind it. But I
hmm
guess Mona went and signed and did everything. I guess without them or
hmm
something.
yeah, so it's a big thing, but you know, it just was we had some great moments. And so
Yeah,
now, you know, they're wrapping up and the Yandy and Mendici story is really, really interesting right now. You know,
it
they're
is.
going through
Yeah,
their breakup. But I think
and then he's
Yandy,
messing with
honest
what's her name? The one that was with um, God, there go my Alzheimer. Uh, I can't remember her name. It'll come back to me because they was just talking about it today. He's dating somebody from the cast.
from the cast.
Yeah,
It's somebody's friend. I can't remember who. But
the one that was with Safari, the one that got the kids with Safari.
Erica Mena,
Bingo. He's
there's no
messing with
way.
he's messing with Erica Mena.
I pray that's a storyline. I pray because
That's,
they're too I don't
they
know.
was they were
But
just talking about it today.
wow. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
they
have
were
to
just
see
talking.
you
They were just talking. Yeah,
you a little more hip than me.
they was that. I don't know,
But
but they, I don't know how I caught wind of
why
that, but they was just talking about
whoa.
that today though.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
They both seem to latch themselves onto other people with more money. So it's gonna be
yeah,
interesting to
yeah.
see how y'all gonna leech off each other. Like that's
Yeah.
gonna be kind of a little weird.
I
But
remember Miami started, and we had one of the guys. Who was the guy? Did you watch
Prince,
Miami when it first started?
Prince,
Yeah, Prince. He was on the cover of one of
mhm,
the issues,
yeah.
one of the issues of the magazine.
He's still doing some things. He had a lot of controversy going on, but I think he's, you know, trying to get back to what he was doing before.
Yeah,
But the Yandy Mendici storyline is just, you know, it was like I felt bad for Yandy, then I didn't feel bad for Yandy, and then I was like, oh, maybe Yandy
yeah,
was the smartest of us all. Like, you know, maybe she was 50 steps ahead, like she said she was, because you know, she did not marry him legally. And I
yeah,
think that probably was the best decision she made.
yeah. Absolutely.
um you know, never hold a man down. You know, they uh, listen. I hope don't nobody I mess with ever go to jail. Cause honey, I'm leaving you as soon as the police tap on the car. As soon as they, all right, baby, I'm gone. Um, I'm sorry. I don't do no jailbirds. Okay, I ain't never
Man,
have, never
listen,
will. So I don't
listen,
got time.
listen.
I'm not locked up. I ain't do shit to get locked up. So
Right.
I'm not dealing with that. You holler at me when you free again. I might write you a letter. Put $5 on your books, but that's it. Um, but yeah, you know, I knew it was gonna go downhill when they were on a family retreat, and he said that he wouldn't have stayed and waited for her like
Yeah,
she did him.
yeah.
That was the final nail in the coffin. Like it
Uh-huh.
was just so disrespectful to say that. And
Absolutely.
he was honestly, truthfully telling the truth. I could not.
Yeah.
If I was her, I would have left that day. I would
Right.
have left that day.
Right. That should have been the end of that.
Like Smoke Jones for $5 is crazy. Hey, you better get you a honeymoon or something. Better figure out what you want. Um,
You gonna send them some
but
noodles, some ramen noodles.
some ramen noodles, baby. I made you a letter and put them noodles right in there, baby. Here you go. But that was just the worst thing. Like I could not imagine me pausing my life, raising your kids,
Right.
giving you
Right.
money, you know, and it's sad because even his kids consider her still a safe space, a parent. I did that for you. You come out here and just immediately start cheating, immediately start acting weird, embarrassing me on live TV, and
Mhm.
then say that you wouldn't have been. Oh no, that would have been it for him that day.
Yeah.
So it was just really hurtful. And so, you know, he told her we breaking up and we just friends and whatever, whatever. Well, somebody got in his ear about Yandy having a little somebody.
Hmm.
Now he's mad. Oh, you was just nonchalant. Now you chalanting. What's going
Hmm.
on?
Hmm.
So I just thought it was funny that he's mad and he want to yell and oh we're gonna expose everything and blah blah blah. Sir, no one cares. Nobody is on your side. Nobody cares, Mendices, at all. You was
Right.
jacked up when you said that ish, and I'm glad that whatever she was doing or wasn't doing or is doing now, I commend her. Keep going, Yandy. Find a new one.
Right.
So yeah, that was really all that I want to talk about because it just love and hip hop was such an era for me, especially,
Yeah.
I grew up, having my baby daddy, I was going through the same type of drama. I was beating girls up left and right. Me and my friends meeting up for mimosas the next day to talk about it. Like I was really I was living it. So, I had my own Stevie J. I was Molly the Maid. I was beating up, spicy Latinas. Um, so it was something very near and dear to my heart for it. I have so many quotes to this day that I
Yeah.
say because of love and hip hop. Molly the Maid. Like every time my sisters clean up, I'm like, oh hey maid. I see you in
Yeah.
your maid outfit. Like I love and hip hop. So it definitely is an end of an era. And it really honestly, and not to say that love and hip hop was the most positive, but what our alternatives right now are baddies and these now that's TV shows. So I'm just kind of weird.
Right.
Listen,
Right.
Smoke Dolls, listen. I be telling some stories in here. You just gotta catch it. You just gotta catch it. Um
What you think about the Housewives of Atlanta right now?
K Michelle, she's bringing the same energy that she brought to love and hip hop, and I feel like this is not love and hip
Yeah.
hop, and it's
I
kind of getting on my nerves.
I'm starting to feel like it's not for her because, like, on this past episode, she was sitting there crying, talking about her and plotting against her,
I
and
was
I'm
seeing the
like,
girl at
oh
the
my
end of the table,
god!
like, what's the lady at the end of the table? She was like, when K Michelle started crying, everybody started going around, and she like,
But
here
how
we
you,
go.
but how you playing the tough girl and then you sitting there crying because
She
you say
does
somebody
that
plotting on you?
she do that every time. She reminds me of friends that I've had that I'd be like, dang, I'm glad I cut that crazy girl off
You
because
see, Portia was like all that shaking the table. I was,
shaking the table. That's what I'm saying. I still say that. Oh, she's shaking the table.
yeah, she said it. She
Um,
said this bitch is shaking the table.
but it's just like K Michelle been like that. She wants to be this hype tough girl, but you know that you're going through medical issues. You can't
Right,
do that.
right.
I see the episode of Baddies where the girl Rolly, she
Mhm.
had got some kind of arm surgery and she was beating somebody up and her sutures then popped open. I'm like, y'all can't be listen, baddies. Listen, I love a good surgery just as good as the next girl,
You
okay?
said her
Allegedly.
sisters that popped open.
I don't mind the little nip tuck, little shoot, zoop, zoop, zoop. I'm all here for it for the surgery, but y'all cannot be recovering from surgeries and be tough guys. You just
Right,
can't, you
right.
can't, So it's just weird. And honestly, I don't like reality for K Michelle. I would love K Michelle to get a good A&R. I would love her to really get into. Well, first, I want her to get her health together. Get that together all the way
Yeah,
before you get to doing shows and doing this and that. And it's like, I really hate that this happened for her, but I've seen a lot of people go through removals and it seemed like hers is just never ending. Like it's just not,
yeah, yeah.
it's just she keeps having this issue, keep having this issue, keep having this issue. Like I didn't see 1,000 girls go through this and they didn't got their butt sucked out 5 times and got reconstruction and there we are. Like I don't know. It just seemed like you might need to sit this stuff out and focus on your health because you can't really get anything done. And then she always thinking people plotting on her and she the odd man out. But you
Yeah.
have odd man out energy. You come in with that wall around you already. And I feel like people can sniff that out. So,
Yeah.
I just don't think I don't think that this is a good fit for her. I think Andy needs to bring back all the originals. Bring back Wig, Kim. Bring Wig back. She gonna need some money. And word on the street is, have you heard about what's going on with Kim?
A little bit.
Word on the street is she took somebody else's man. Okay, her
Oh,
her regular razzle dazzle,
okay.
what
I
she
didn't hear
likes to
that.
do.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Kim and Croy and
I knew
Kim
that.
have been going through this
Yeah.
divorce. They have been strapped for money. They're tied up in business. Their finances are tied together, which their debts are tied together. So they can't really like they're still, living out of the same house and fighting over this and fighting over that and getting into it and the custody of kids. Um, but they said that she allegedly stole somebody else's man.
Oh,
And this man is going through a divorce. But while he's going through a divorce, he is paying all of Kim's bills now. I guess Kim moved out and got all these, he bought her a luxury car. Kim is used to having a man with money, a man of
right.
means. So this man is spending all this money, and his wife is petitioning the court to get him to stop spending the money before they're divorced, so that it's something left for her. Dang it. Kim and all her wigs, they probably taking him for everything he got. So, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happened. But I think Andy need to bring on Kim, Nene, Portia, Candy. I would love a Phaedra, but with her and Candy,
Well, you
I
know
don't
what? I
know.
could actually see. I could actually see Candy coming back now. Now that now that her and Todd is divorced and all that
I
stuff.
just
I
think
could see her
that
circling back. It may
they
not
just
be.
have a they just have a chemistry that they
Yeah,
keep trying to recreate, and they can't recreate it with these new people. These
yeah,
new people are just not, they're giving them puppies. Like, K Michelle ain't no puppy, but she's a wounded puppy. She ain't up to fighting strength. I need some dogs. I need some girls that ain't gonna get bullied. I need somebody that's gonna stand. I need some. Who said that? I need
yeah.
some. Bye, Ashy. I need something like that. I need some the Gone with the Wind. I need some. They're just not giving. They don't have big enough personalities to really
Mhm.
compete with the women, and that's why we see the main people, and then the other cast keep getting switched out and switched out and switched out. I just think they haven't found what they're looking for. And honestly, Black reality TV is just, we're lacking. Like, we don't have the dating shows, we don't have the Love and Hip Hops, we don't have the Making the Bands. Like, we just don't
Yeah,
have really anything except for, the baddies, which I don't. I'm gonna keep it real. I love the baddies, but I don't keep up as much as I should, because I don't like arguing and fighting just for the point of arguing and fighting,
right,
So, uh,
right. You're right.
listen,
She do. She do.
I'm telling you, I want to see everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I really wish that we could get some more Black reality shows. I know there are some on some different streaming networks and stuff, but I just really miss a Black ensemble cast, a big, where everybody really doing something. And I don't know. I feel like I'm very much missing that, but they say that that's outdated. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. You may
There's
see.
a new show called Nemesis on Netflix. Have you heard of that?
Uh-uh.
It's a new show. And half the people are telling me, you have to watch this show. It's so good, blah blah blah. And then half the people telling me it need to be on Tubi. The acting is terrible. The This is terrible.
I'm gonna
So
tell you.
I'm gonna give it a try. I'm not sure exactly what it is about. But that's what I'm saying. Oh, he said I want to see a Shamar reality show. Listen, for the love of Shamar, I love Shamar. I love me some Shamar. And it's so funny because one time his news got leaked, and my friends thought they was talking about Shamar Moore. So, I'm the person that know, I got all the tea. So they're like, can you send me Shamar's news? I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. I'm gonna get on Twitter, pop, 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 send them. They're like, I did not want to see this. This is not, I thought y'all was talking about Shamar Moore. I did not want to
Right.
see this. But yeah, I think that we got some characters in the Black community that we could really make some shows, but it's just the Zeus and Now That's TV and those kind of networks. They're doing a little much right now for me. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
wish someone would come out with something a little bit more positive. And then he said he watched Nemesis. It was great. So I think I'm gonna give that a
I'm
chance
gonna
and
check it out.
see. Because I'm just like, I'm in the show hole. Like, I don't really have anything to watch right now. I've been
Yeah.
watching From, but From has been very slow this season.
I haven't seen it.
And then we had Euphoria returning, and it's just not giving to me what it used to give, and it just, I don't know. So I'm just, if anybody has any show suggestions, Beauty and Black. James, don't you watch Beauty and Black?
I haven't seen the new season.
I have not watched it at all. And I sit up here and
Yeah.
got Netflix, Hulu, Disney, HBO, Prime.
I'm in
I
the
have
same
all the stuff, and I still don't be watching.
I'm in the same boat. I was just getting ready to say I've been paying for this damn Netflix, and I ain't watching nothing on Netflix in probably 4 or 5 months. The thing
I
is,
know.
I think it's. I mean, well, you already know what it is for me. Like I'm constantly on the move and
Mm-hmm.
constantly running, constantly moving, constantly doing this, doing that. And by the time I really sit down and be idle, shit, I'll be asleep. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
and
mean,
I,
I'll
it's
turn on
just.
something and fall asleep, and then wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back and watch it again tonight, and I'll turn it on and fall asleep. And it's so I don't know.
Mhm.
I'm trying to start watching more stuff like Beauty and Black, like keeping it all the way funky. I only watched the first season, and I know
Mm,
I know it's a very good show. Like
mhm,
when I first watched the first season, I watched it all in one day. The shit was so damn good.
mm.
Like it's
Yeah.
very good. I ain't really had time to sit and watch it. Look, I'm not even caught up on um what's the Beyond the Gates. Like
What?
that's why we haven't done the show, because
Oh
I'm behind on the
no.
episode.
I know Mama ain't too
I'm beyond
happy.
behind on the episodes. I was gonna say beyond on the episodes. I'm behind. Um and you see Beyond the Gates is merging with Young and the Restless now. Um
What?
yeah, they're merging. But so
That is news to me.
what's gonna happen is the cast from both shows are gonna be stepping in on the other show. Um so they have like a
That is
the,
crazy,
the,
James.
the young girls, Kat and I forgot the other girl's name, but they're cousins, and
Mhm,
they have a fashion company, and their company is gonna be doing something with the fashion company that's connected through the Young and the Restless. So then the cast
mhm,
from both shows are gonna be kind of crisscrossing and doing both shows, and they just announced that maybe a
mhm.
week ago. Like Beyond the Gates is doing real
Wow.
good.
Okay.
I think they may
Listen,
be renewed for seasons 3 and 4 already.
I know it's super popular and it really has brought people a lot of people back to soaps in general. Like just
Uh-huh.
really wanting to watch soap operas. I was a big soap opera person, especially in the 90s and 2000s. Like I used to, you know what show I used to love?
What's that?
Did you ever watch Passions?
A little bit, and
Passions was
a little
so
bit,
I wonder if
because
Katia is still in the building because Passions was my jam.
my grandmother used to watch. She used to watch One Life to Live. So
One Life to
I was into One Life to
Live.
Live, and she watched The Young and the Restless. So I used to watch The Young and the Restless with her. So I knew like the cast and all of that stuff from those two shows. But then I didn't really watch too many of the other ones. I watched a little bit of Guiding Light and Passions,
Mhm.
but not a whole bunch of it. I used to watch
Passions,
Dynasty with my mother.
let me tell you about Passions. Passions was it started off normal, like every other reality show, and then it just went off the deep end. Like it was like but by the time I started watching, it was a witch named Tabitha that had a little she had like a little midget friend that would like tell her to do bad stuff and this what you need to cast a spell on them, Miss Tabitha. And she would be casting spells on the people in town and stuff would be happening. Somebody crash their car or somebody would die or whatever. Man, on the season finale or on one of the big reveals, come to find out the dang thing was a doll the whole time. It was her crazy self doing it. I was like, oh, Miss Tabitha, girl, toil and trouble. She was into some stuff. Like I was like, what the heck? It was a really good show, but it was like it started going. Me and my sisters, I used to stay home. I was like, Mom, I'm sick. I gotta stay home because I need to see what the heck Miss Tabitha was
I
up
tell
to.
you.
I can't go today. I'm sick. I got that Miss Tabitha didn't put a spell on me. I'm
See,
going down.
that's the reason
Um
I can't mess with you, because
so yeah, so I do want to get back into it. I'm the type of person like I'm busy right now. So when I'm busy, I watch
yeah.
shows that I've already seen, like just kind of in the background. So I got the nanny
Uh-huh.
going and living single and Big Bang Theory, just like comfort shows for me. So that's what I've been because I've just been so busy, especially with Michaela. When I'm, down in the living room and she's bopping in and out, we're watching Disney movies. This weekend we watched like a lot of live action movies. We watched live action Beauty and the Beast and Little
Oh, cool.
Mermaid and stuff. So it was really, really fun. Like, we've really been enjoying, her last, kitty times with us,
Yeah,
being together and stuff. So it's been really, really special to watch those things. And Coco, have you ever watched Coco? James, I'm gonna give you my Disney. I'm gonna give you all these Disney movies you need to watch because this
yeah.
movie had me cry. It's one of my favorites. Had me crying, honey. Um, but yeah, so I listen. I'm all behind on my shows. So if anybody got any shows, feel free to drop them below or inbox your girl. Let me tag me in something. I really want to get into them Country Wayne skits. Everybody been talking about
Yeah,
those.
yeah. People been talking a lot about those.
And he said he's had some offers for people to like companies to buy it and buy into what he's doing. Like I think he's really doing something fresh with the short form media, online and giving them the show, the different multicast type of skits where it's not just random skits, it's actual storylines and stuff. Is very intriguing. So I
Yeah.
think I got some different things on the horizon for me to watch, but that's all I got for y'all today.
Well, listen, cuz I appreciate you as always. I think that we do amazing together.
I did want to ask you though about the lupus walk.
So the walk is this weekend. It is Saturday. It starts at 1 o'clock. It's at Garfield Park, around the corner from me. And
Mhm.
yeah, it starts at 1. Probably go to about 2:30, something like that, because the park, the trail in the park is, it might be a mile and a half or 2 miles one way and 2 miles the other way, or a mile and a half or something like that. Like it's
Mm,
not a long walk or whatever. So we usually just walk the trail one time, and
okay.
um and then we'll have candy snacks or candy donuts, all kinds of little stuff. Just trying to get as many people there as I can. Of course, it's free. So any of you watching who are here in the greater Cleveland area, we do have a lupus walk. This is our annual walk. This is the 5th year that we have been doing it. So we are having the walk this coming Saturday. What is that? The 26th? What what's today's date?
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, I think it's
The
the
twenty-third,
today
the
is the
23rd.
Saturday's the 23rd.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Today Wednesday, so yeah. So the 23rd, we are having the lupus walk. So hopefully you guys can make it out. If you are here in the greater Cleveland area or around Garfield Heights, you can make it up to Garfield Park, and you can hit my Instagram, Authentically James, and you'll see the flyer there, or on Facebook, James G Johnson II. Just pull me up, and you can see the flyer there. Again, it is free. We will have candy, we will have donuts, we'll have literature, regarding lupus, and we're gonna walk that trail. So, hopefully you guys could get there. Man, I wish you could, man. I have lupus, so we sponsor a walk every year. So yeah, that's about it. But look, I boosted the post on Facebook. Cat, I said we're gonna get people there this year. We're gonna get a lot of
Get
people.
people there, yeah. Even if you're not interested in a walk, just go. Get some information. Get
Yeah,
out. Like it's so much stuff to do in the city. Like that's why I'm
absolutely.
really excited for my move. Like there's something every day. People are inviting me to stuff, and I know people are right now really lonely. Like people are looking for outreach, community, friends. So I just would encourage people to go to these type of events. Meet people. James is a wonderful person to talk to. He's a wonderful, friendly person. I'm pretty sure if you don't know nobody, you can go and talk to this guy.
Don't
Okay.
be telling me. Don't be
So
telling nobody that.
go
Don't.
up to
No.
James and say, "Hey, family. Hey, James. I know him right there."
Right,
So
right.
yeah.
That part.
So yeah, just I wish that I could make it. Unfortunately, I don't want to. No, I'm just playing. I can't.
I was gonna say, damn, girl.
Unfortunately, no. I'm busy. We trying to get my mom moved and stuff like that. So
Nah,
I'm
I got
scoping
you.
for this weekend. But definitely sending you love and support on your walk. We got a
Absolutely.
request in the comments.
When is
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, ranch dressing wrapped up in a tasty flour tortilla. Crispy chicken.
that
Oh
is the reason.
yeah.
What
Yeah, she Mary gonna block me. Look, when she get wind of this, I'm telling telling you right now.
Right,
She
you
is
go.
going to block me. She's gonna pull up all them episodes of me singing because this ain't the first episode I done sung this. This be like the
Yeah,
third. So,
you gonna go to her. You gonna go to her page, and
it
it's gonna be blocked. It ain't even gonna come up.
user not found. I'm like,
Right.
dang, crispy chickens. Listen, I might go make. Listen, I got some I got some tenders downstairs. Baby, I
Let me
might just
see.
have to make me a little snack wrap.
Okay, let me see if this works.
Uh-oh. I
There we
see
go.
it.
There we go. So this is the Lupus Walk, Lupus Awareness Walk. It is the 5th annual. This is Saturday, May 23rd. Starts at 1 p.m. at the Red Oak Shelter. So yeah, this is our 5th year doing it. We usually have a really, really good time. It's been good every year. It gets bigger and bigger every year. And I think we did a little bit more to really push it this year and promote it. So hopefully, like I said, if you are here in the greater Cleveland area or around Garfield Heights, we would love it if you came out. Once again, it is free. There will be, lots of literature there regarding lupus. And again, we will have all kinds of purple candy, Tootsie Rolls, and Laffy Taffies, saltwater taffy, and we're going to have donuts, and yeah, we're going to fatten y'all up. But come and walk for a good cause. Definitely a good thing. We have a good time. And, hopefully I see some of you guys there. I know there's a lot of people, obviously from the city who watch the podcast and whatnot. So hopefully we see you guys out there. And again, you can pull that flyer up on my Instagram, Authentically James, or James G. Johnson II on Facebook. I do have it there as well. Yeah, that's it. That's it, cuz.
Okay, that's all I have for you guys. You can follow me at Cat Queen on all platforms and Cat Gotcha as well on Instagram.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys. We are currently we are still planning next week's show. I've been working on some new segments to to add to the podcast as well. I want to start highlighting different podcasts that are playing on YouTube, because there's been some pretty good stuff on there. I am really, really digging IMO with Michelle Obama and her brother.
Yeah, I've seen some clips.
They had some really good episodes on there. They actually, I just was watching the episode today that they did with Cat Williams, and I was gonna say I'm kind of bothered by the interview. I'm really not.
Why?
But it's not that I'm bothered. It's just sometimes I think the way that Cat Williams talks, and sometimes it's just the content of the story. Sometimes you wonder, like, are you joking or telling the truth? And Michelle Obama kind of said it. Well, not even kind of said it. She said it. She's like, are you joking or are you telling the truth? Or what?
You can never tell with Cat.
And a lot of times you just can't tell.
Because you'll think he joking. He'd be like, I'm dead ass serious. I'm like, oh, hey, Cat, I didn't know that's what happened. Dang.
It's almost like somebody that, yeah, well, I died yesterday, and I was dead for the whole day, and then it's like
them,
really?
yeah,
Like
them tall. That's what my grandma called tall tales. You telling them tall
but
tales.
But there's been some really good podcasts out lately, so I want to do something and maybe start highlighting different podcasts that are on. I think that'll be something new, something nice to add.
Sounds good. I definitely wanted to give a shout out to Smoke Jones for coming on the show. He said, thanks, y'all. It was great.
And being in the comments.
Yes, and to see y'all act up after the interview. That's what he said. Yes, you always got to stay after the interview, because listen, we gonna
to just understand how much we appreciate it. Like,
yes,
just understand how much we appreciate it. It may not look like it, but we put our hearts into this. Like, we love doing this. We love it's a good time every Wednesday. We appreciate you being on the show. And again, this is just the first time of many, so we absolutely appreciate it. And listen, the comments have been jumping all night, which has been really, really
All
good.
night. Yes. Thank you to everybody in the building. I really appreciate it. We have so many people. It really does speak it so highly of our guest Smoke Jones. So it's
Oh
nice
yeah, absolutely.
when there are people hop in and we really get to see that interaction. So I loved it. Thank you so much, Smoke. Thank you for everybody for watching, all our transcenders. And
Absolutely. So we'll be
that's
back
all.
with you guys next Wednesday. Everybody have a good rest of the week. Have a good evening, and we will
Mhm.
see you guys next time.